GM Raven in the house. What's up, everyone? We are about to start playing Entitled Tuesday. I'm excited for this. Let's get it going. Let's get into it. Gotta lower the volume. Playing Akram from Argentina. Who's this? Akram 2021. Azmat. That is definitely not an Argentinian name. Something's afoot with this. Azmat is not an Argentinian name. Alright. So we got a classic bird. F4 E3. Playing B3, bishop B2. Yeah, I'm so confused by that name. Argentina, that must be just, So yeah, we play bishop B2, of course, and we castle, we put the knight on E5. Nothing could be the matter here. Azmat sounds like a name from one of those stans. Central Asian name. Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. What are the other two? Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. The classic four. Okay, we'll take, install the knight on C4. Very healthy structure here. I go over this in my course, which is slated to come out July 29th. So I'm very excited for that. It's been quite some time. I've been really waiting to be able to put a link to that course in these YouTube videos. But yeah, bishop F3. White has a very good position here. Bishop E4. I could take and play Queen F3. I think that, yeah, that looks extremely good. And this looks fantastic. Knight is in a lot of trouble. I'm going to play D3 next. If Queen D5, I have D3. D3, E4. Fantastic structure here. One of the best structures. Knight F6, I could play E4. Alright, bishop. Let's start by putting the bishop on A3. I'm actually just able to gobble up a pawn here. Yeah, this is the whole idea of the bird. You want to give them these really terrible doubled pawns here. Because when they get these doubled pawns, this just becomes a really, it becomes a really favorable, not Najdorf, a really favorable Nimzo Indian. Normally Nimzo Indian is D4, knight F6, C4, E6, knight C3, bishop B4. Here, on the other hand, it's a bird, but it's no plane. It's no plane, it's no bird. Well, no, actually it is the bird. Okay, E5, just push the knight back, knight goes back somewhere, H6, we take on E5. A lot of blunders here. Alright, I'm just... take literally everything. Okay, I gotta watch out. I do not want this pawn to move. If the pawn moves, he has some compensation. His bishop becomes strong. We do not want his bishop to become strong. Alright, take. Put the queen on G3, hit these two pawns here. Lots of threats in the air. I could also trade and bring my other rook to F1. Very excited for today. Today I have just a lot of different responsibilities. I'm putting the finishing touches on my website, so that's taken a lot of work. Apart from that, you could play E2. I'll just play rook E1 though. There's nothing there. Yeah, he probably has to try for this though, because if he doesn't do this, I'm just gonna play rook F6, rook D6. Well, I guess I gotta be a little careful though. Rook F6, bishop G7. No, there I could play rook D6. Everything is okay. Alright, rook E1. Queen F7. I just take. What is the plan here? Bishop F4. Rook F2, bishop E3. That is a sneaky move. This guy is playing very sneaky. Let's put the queen on C5. Just guard this. No issues here. Okay, no mate. No mate, no trouble. Queen F4 does threaten a mate, but I'll just play Queen E3. keeping everything protected. Just continue going down the board. Queen f4, okay, queen e3. It's time to pack things up, buddy. It's time to go. You could play queen f6 and try to sneak in here. Then I'll just play d4. Alright, e7. I really like making a knight here. No, that's... Oh. That was not meant to be... Oh my god, that's so annoying. Why didn't they make it a knight? Alright, luckily for me, I'm still completely winning. That's so ridiculous. Why did it not become a knight? Yeah, fortunately, he still can't do anything. What a ridiculous game. If I had just done any other move, that would have been over. I thought it was going to let me choose what type of piece to make. Alright, I'm just making sure to watch this square. Let's play queen g4 here. Queen a6. Queen f1 is still an idea. Okay, rook c1. e2. These are getting tricky, but no, I just check and... yeah, this is over. Alright. Took a little while, but ultimately the win was never in doubt there. Good game. I just had a really nice bind on the c4 score with that knight. And yeah, the devil was just in the details. I just needed to convert that a bit better and make sure to not make a queen if I don't have the option to make a knight. Welcome back, everyone. Round number 2. I'm 1 out of 1. I have made some slight adjustments to the recording to make sure that my face is not dipping over into the H file. Let's see that it works. Okay, now this is fine. I'll expand this a bit. There we go. Playing Olexandr Shevchuk from Ukraine. Alright, d4, f5. Of course we're going to play a Dutch. Knight f6, g6, bishop g7. Castles, b3, d6. Bishop b2. I think we start with queen e8 here. Yeah, I remember this. I think we play knight a6 here. I'm just gonna go with knight a6. If knight c3, then e5 transposes. I can never remember exactly what to do here. My hair is looking wild at the moment. Rook e1. What is the deal with rook e1? What's he on about? What's he on about with rook e1? I'll just play c6. I really don't know what else to do. Idea of c6. If knight c3, then I can play e5. Okay. If e4, f4, that should be fine. That's how I remember things. As long as you can play f4 to their e4, you're fine. Takes, you play knight h5. The c6 move was very useful. Arguably, it was more useful than rook e1. I don't think his rook is going to get really an open file over here. This is a classic pawn sacrifice in the Leningrad. And it's especially good because his bishop has already been dislocated to the b2 square. So he's in a lot of trouble. If he takes, I'll just throw my knight over to e6 and then f4. Alright, I'll take on f4. I'll take this way. What is he on about? I think he should be losing. I have bishop g4, knight takes e5, and rook d8, and he is going to be losing some material. Bishop takes e5. Bishop takes e5, well then I take on f3. Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble here. In general, even if he was able to win this pawn, once you weaken his square so much, you have to be doing well. Bishop f8 was close to trapping him. Yeah, what is... Am I missing something here? My bishop is a little loose on f3, but I don't see a way for him to fork it. Takes... Okay, I take back. He only has this check. That doesn't really do anything. He has to take, and I take. I don't see the fork. He checks, I play king g8. He's out of checks. Okay, here definitely want to throw in rook d8 first. Does he have a check? No, no check, no problem. No queen c7, no queen d4. He plays queen f4. Queen f4 is interesting, but I can park the bishop on h5. And let's... I want to get the knight. The knight should go to e6, but queen f6 is going to be annoying. Let's play queen e6 first. Bishop is very strong covering this. Yeah, this should just be over. Rook g4 is already an enormous problem. You could play rook g3. Rook g3 is a wild move. Rook g3, honestly, is probably his best option. Rook g3, can I play bishop g4? Bishop g4 looks really, really strong, but I'm... Ugh. It's creating some, Yeah, my bishop should go to f5. That's a much better square for it. A little bit precarious at the moment, but I don't see any issues. Bishop is going to come around to f5. I can always play h6 then. Boot this queen out. Let me get the knight around. Let's put the knight on c5. Queen e3, I have rook e4 here. This was the plan. This was always the idea. He has to play queen d2 here, but then I take on... Can I take on e5 or not? Let's play h5. f3 I'll take. Still can't take at the moment because knight takes. Rook there to e3. Bishop f3 looks super strong, but no, bishop f3 doesn't work yet. Just bishop f5. I need to ultimately park this knight on e6 here. And once I trade, park the knight on e6, there should be some win there, because his king is just way too weak with these open light squares. Another idea would be just throwing the pawn to h3. As long as I keep queens on the board, this is just such an uncomfortable position for him to have to play. That being said, though, I do want to say that I like his unicorn. That is a nice unicorn. Alright, Queen a5. Can I just take on e5? Yeah, why don't I take on e5? If he takes on e5, I'm covering everything. He does that. No, rook g4 has to be over, though. This has to be the end of the game. It's just gotta be. It's gotta be the end of the game. King f1. Is it the end of the game? Or did I just blunder? I might have just blundered, honestly. Yeah, this is a wild position, honestly. I don't know what that was. That's not a good move. Bishop, yeah, if he had played king f1, I'm not certain I have a win. Let's play bishop e4 here. f3 I just take. Oh, f3 I have to play rook h4. Oh, sorry, no, I can take. So takes. Yeah, this is over. I'm getting out of the pin. Just put the knight on e6. Everything is protected. Knight f4 already mate. Checkmate is in the air. How am I gonna get the mate here, though? No, there must be some mate here. Alright, here it is. Takes, then I check and mate. Just too much pressure here. Alright. So what is this guy's name? Olexandr Shevchuk? That's a really, by the way, I want to say that's a really nice addition to chess.com's layout that now it's just our actual names in Title Tuesday. Big shout out to whoever chose to do that at chess.com. Big respect. Alright, so we're 2 out of 2. I'll be back for game number 3. What is up, guys? So yeah, we got the big dog back in the house. We got Nakamura. This is fantastic. I'm very excited to play Nakamura again. I'm gonna try to keep my nerves a bit better. Gonna try to keep my nerves a bit better. Okay, yeah, I know this. He played this last time. I'm much better prepared against this now, though. So e6, knight c3. Yeah, he did this last time. e6, knight c3, knight e7, and then you play b4, rook b1. It gets to be an insane position. It's a completely insane position. The thing is though I feel like at this point now I've probably researched it a lot more than he has. He could also play d4. Yeah, man, I don't know. Something about playing Hikaru, I can feel my heart rate. My heart is beating out of my chest. My heart is beating like a gazelle in the savannas of Africa. Okay, so here we just take. No, well, here we have e4. Yeah, this is a line in my course. Knight b6 and then f5, e5. Yeah, f5, e5, knight takes d5. Okay, here. Bishop g5. I need to be very careful about bishop g4. I gotta start calculating. I gotta tell the gazelles that are beating out of my chest to chill out. Okay, so bishop g4. Yeah, there's something about playing Hikaru. I just cannot focus. So bishop e2, bishop g4. Bishop e2, bishop g4. I mean, e6 is always the issue here, right? How am I going to deal with e6? Yeah, what is going to be the plan against e6? Knight c3, e6, d6, e5. I had this very recently in a game and I could not remember what to do. Man, bishop, I'm so... I guess I'm going to play bishop e2 here. If e6, I think I have to take. That should still be fine for white, though. I have to look this variation up. So f5, well here... Oh, man, he got me. How does he always get me? Can we play e5 with compensation? Normally, so this is the thing. I was supposed to play knight c3. Man, I always forget what to do. Alright, I guess I have to play e5. I completely misplayed this, though. The line goes that I'm supposed to allow him to take this pawn on d5, but I'm supposed to be able to put my bishop on c4 immediately. And so here I'm just playing a position that I know to be fine, but down a really serious tempo here. Man, I have to look this variation up in enormous detail for next time, because this is getting so frustrating. Yeah, this is just painful. It's very painful when you know you had a shot at the king, and you just cannot remember what to do. I can't believe I'm losing to Hikaru again. Alright, let's play a4. Play knight c3. Okay, I do have some compensation. I shouldn't be so depressed here. I play a5. Yeah, let me throw an a5. How does Hikaru always do this, though? How does he always manage to bamboozle me? I'm a GM. It shouldn't be allowed. All right, here, I guess I'll put the bishop on e3. I just need to play more confidently, honestly. I need to realize that these guys might be big dogs, but you know they're still They're still humans. I gotta stop complaining all the time. Bishop h6 is an interesting move. Do I want to play g3? I guess I have to. Am I blundering this? I don't see a way that I'm blundering this, but... Okay, let's drop the bishop back to f2. Alright, I have a good bind on the light scores. I'm not certain how bad this is. I have to play a lot quicker, though. I've got to play a ton quicker. Uh-oh. I can't talk, guys. I'm literally in a time scramble here. Against Hikaru Nakamura. I'm playing Hikaru Nakamura. Alright, yeah. Somehow or another, I'm still holding on. Okay, takes. Ugh. This guy is so good. Alright. Alright, I need to... Yeah, I desperately need to look at that game. Oh. That game is so frustrating, though. Like, literally, I know this position... Oh, I was still fine here? Are you kidding me? I'm still fine in this position? What am I supposed to do then? Is it h4? It's h... Okay, so this was in my course. I just could not remember the variations. Oh, man. Yeah, white has an enormous amount of compensation here. White is just playing for h5. Alright, we're back. I was so busy crying tears about my loss to Hikaru that I barely noticed that this game began. Luckily for me, I did not get forfeited. So knight f3, f5. Let's keep things going. This is round number 4, 2 out of 3. Honestly, not the worst start. Oh, I gotta do better, though. I have to do better. It's so frustrating. I need to honestly focus on this next game that we're playing right now. This guy is a strong player. He's 25-48, and he is accepting new students as well. But, yeah, I gotta focus more. I gotta figure out a way to do better. Those types of games are so disappointing. I literally got a position that is in my chess course. It is in my bird course. I remember it distinctly, and I was not able to recreate it. My mind is just so focused on other things now that... Anyway. To cut myself some slack, though, my bird course is really huge, so remembering every single tiny bit of it is very difficult. Right, he is going for queen e4. Time to transfer the knight. Knight should probably go to d6, so knight c8, knight d6 would make sense. That's like the perfect harmonious setup here. Okay. I think this is an interesting setup here with knight c8, knight d6. Very strange. Very peculiar. Not necessarily bad, though. Okay, he's doing that. He wants to put his queen on d3. Queen d3 is going to be very frustrating. I need to get ready to, I need to get ready for what's about to happen. Queen d3 is a big problem, actually. How do I deal with queen d3? Maybe, yeah, my knight should stay on e7. Knight goes to e7. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to do this. Queen d3, I guess I played g6. It's a little ugly, but all the other lines I was looking at were... I was trying to figure out a way to make some type of French idea with g5 and rook f7 work, but his knight digs into h5. It just gets way too uncomfortable. You know, queen d3, maybe I could play rook f7? No, I can't play rook f7. Rook f7, queen check, check, and that's a disaster. 95. Alright, 95. I'm just going to take, honestly. You can't meet the mare twice in these positions. He should have taken this way there. I would have had a weakness on d7. Let's play queen e8. Or no, not queen e8. This is still a very uncomfortable position. How am I going to deal with knight h5? I guess let me just preempt him with rook f7. Let's put the queen... I still can't play queen f8 because this pawn is hanging. I have bishop a6 though, look at that. Queen e4 does not do that much. I'm going to just take the rook. He checks and he pushes my pieces around a bit. It's not mate though, I can play knight g8. Really somber mood here. GM Raven after... I can't believe I lost to Hikaru in that manner. I need to give Hikaru a better showing. He can't keep treating the bird like a joke. He's actually been treating the bird with respect, though, to his credit. He's not been treating it like a clown opening. Play knight g8. Bishop g6. My pieces are getting really entangled there. Bishop g6, I might have to play knight f6 there, and I'm giving him the exchange back. I think I have to do that, honestly, because rook f6 and rook f4 lead to knight h5, and rook e7. For rook e7, I have no way out. Yeah, I'm going to do that then. Let's just go for this. Check. Going to trade everything. It's unfortunate, but we had to do it. I'm gonna play d5 here, dominate the knight. Gonna play g5 and h5 shortly. Gotta keep on keeping on, if you know what I mean. He should be transferring his knight over to e2, d3, e2 and d3. I should try to get my pawn to c4 to deal with that. Yeah, let me play c5 here. I like that. Rook f3, I can just play king g6, no issues. Knight e2, well, he's too late to the party now. Play h5. He plays f4, I play g4. Where should my knight go? My knight should go to this f5 square. Let's put it... How are we going to get there? Yeah, it's best on g7 to cover h5 and e6, and eventually it's going to go over to f5. Alright, knight g7, knight's coming in. Has to play g4 now. Okay, no g4. Yeah, he's going to suffer. He will suffer in due time for that. Let's play c4 here. Let's go. Welcome to the party, pal. Alright, where should my king go? G4 is not a problem. If he plays f4, I play g4. Well, if he does that, then I thought I could check. I can't check? I'm putting knight g6. I don't know what's going on here. I need to hurry up, though. I thought that I was much better, but I'm not sure if I'm better at all. Believe it or not. Rook b8. Rook e5 is not an issue. I play knight f7. Knight f5 is a very good idea here. Alright, we're just going for it. Play knight e4. It's a wild position. Oh, this is not good. Complete mayhem here. completely wild position. Yeah, I'm done. Alright, that's a really disappointing game. I don't know what to say. Like I was still thinking about the Hikaru game. I didn't even care about this game. Alright, I mean we'll be back for round number 5. I'm not quitting, of course, but depressing stuff today. Alright, what's up guys? We are back for round number 5. Playing Richard Vedder. Richard Vedder. Okay, he has we have a horsefly defense, D3, the classic. Hoping for G6, Queen D2. This is the theory here. This is my theory. This is the Raven variation. Yeah, E4, and now he's worse. Already worse. You're already worse, buddy. Yeah, H3. This knight is just dead here. Knight is completely dead. If F5, we're gonna play E5. Sooner or later, he's gonna really miss the fact that the knight is not on the good square. I can never remember what to do here. I think it's Queen F2. I think it's Queen F2. Because the idea is we want to play Knight C3 and F4, Knight E2, but then there's Knight B4 stuff. I'm going to play maybe Knight C3, D4, Knight D1. Yeah, what am I going for here? I have to look this up. I've had this exact question several times before at this point. I'm going to play Knight C3. I'm expecting him to take. If he takes, then he's just worse. This knight is always really bad here. This knight is always terrible. Look at this. E5, I can just trade everything because the knight's going to be hanging. F5, E5, yeah, that's not a good move. Now C3 is going to undermine everything. C3 and I have a wonderful center. C3 is good. C4 could also be interesting. No, let's play C3. If takes, I think I take with... Taking with my knight might be even better. That's crazy, yeah. Taking with my knight might be better. His pieces, these such trash, garbage pieces. I could take this way. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna take. I think he has to play Bishop D5 in my ideas. I'm gonna play Knight G5 there. Knight F7. Okay, well here I'm getting his only good piece. I'm going to play Knight G5. Bishop is going to be dropping. Okay, here... Yeah, what is the plan here? I need to just figure out a way to get everything settled. If I can get settled, I'm just doing fantastic. At the moment, this is not hanging because his bishop is hanging. I'll start with Rook B1. B6. Can I play C4 here? Yeah, C4 just really grinds his gears. But how am I going to activate this bishop, though? That is the big question here. That is the big kahuna on everyone's mind. How am I going to activate that bishop? Okay, here I'll take. Now we'll play G3. Bishop is going to come to G2 quickly. I have fantastic control of the light squares. Assuming I can just make it out of the opening alive, I should be winning. That's a big if, though. Yeah. Yeah, he went for something very smart. I was just not really focused. Bishop G2, he has enormous compensation here. He has to take. Completely wild position here. Takes, I'll play King F1. This is a complete mess. Bishop D5 is in the air. Bishop D5 is in the air. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I think I'm just dead lost here, actually. My queen has nowhere to go. I have to play queen e3. I have to desperately try for something. I'm down 4 pawns, though. I'm still behind in development. It's not looking good. Put the bishop on a3. Just attack. f4? f4 is still really scary. f4 I could take this way, though. I think that would be alright. Yeah, I desperately need to get pieces out. How am I going to get this out? I guess I have to just do this slow. I have to act like a slowpoke and crawl over to h2. Alright, and yeah, at least I'm out. I'm still down like 4 pawns for the stuff, but at least I've gotten some pieces out. Should I play knight? Let me play h4. King is going to come to h3, get a little bit safer. Alright, well there, I'll play rook b3, attack this knight. I want to play knight f4, and I might be able to switch over at some point. Very uncomfortable position at the moment. Gotta play knight f4. Bishop d6, I play bishop b2. Let's play rook c1. Start by kicking the queen out. Queen d4, I'll play queen g3. Yeah, as bad a position as this was, my bishops could light the board on fire if they're given enough time. And yeah, actually, it seems like my 2 pawns are more or less holding back his 4 over on the king side, so this isn't that bad. Let's play queen g3 loses this square here. I can't allow that. I have to put my king on h3. I have to really watch out for this though now. Alright. What to do? Okay, rook g1 takes on h4. This is wild. I think take on h4. I have bishop f7. Alright, this is just a mess. This is an unmitigated mess. I'm down like 5 pawns now, but bishop b2 is gonna be disastrous for him. Okay, yeah, I think I'm winning now. Yeah, that's nuts. Okay, here, let's play rook b5. Rook d3. Very aggressive stuff. No mate, though, for him. Oh, I got him, guys. I got him. He has to try to give away the... Okay, good, that's over. Nice. Not a clean game at all. Let's see what happened there. Let's see what happened. Ah, that game brightened my spirit. Look at that game. What a classic game there we got. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Okay, you can't see it. Let me move my face out of the way for a second. You see that? That's Grandmaster Chess. That's NBA basketball right there. All right. We'll be back for round number 6. That was a great game. Okay, here we go. And playing Antonio Carlos Jobim, the famous bossa nova singer. No, sorry, Antonio Carlos Bambino Filho. Okay, f4 c5. Got this. Bishop b5. This is the classic. Gonna take here. Queen b6. We play knight c3. I had this against Jan Subelj. Let's play knight e5. No one has any idea what to do against knight e5. The idea is we're just gonna trade. Should I keep? Could people please stop messaging me? Like, I don't understand this. Whenever I turn on my phone, no one messages me until I'm starting to record. And then the messages just pour in. Okay, here, what should we take with here? Should we take with this, or what should we do here? I'm going to start by taking this way. I'm going to play queen f3, attacking this, and I want to get his bishop to commit somewhere. The idea is I want to play for e4 and e5 soon. Actually, I think my bishop could be pretty stable on a4. Just always looking at this weakness. Yeah, that's really hit or miss. Is bishop c4 a good square? I'll put my bishop on c4. If I can play e4, then I've dominated the d5 square. Well, here, now my idea is that I can play knight a4 at the right time. Now knight a4 is going to hit a weakness. Very, very weird bird position at the moment. b3, knight a4, bishop g4. He is dawdling around. He should go back to the piano. Yeah, for those who don't know, Antonio Carlos Jobim, not my opponent, another guy. Antonio Carlos Jobim makes really amazing music. He's long since passed away. I think he passed away like 20 years ago. But really, really famous Brazilian singer. Very nice music. Was one of my main inspirations for being so captivated by Brazil back when I was younger. All right, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna play knight a4 next. He's got a weak pawn here. Yeah, we play knight a4. What's this plan? Queen c7. I am going to. Should I take? Yeah, let me take. Queen takes. Let's put the queen on g4 here. Hit the knight on d7. Pawn on c5 is getting very vulnerable. Pawn on c5 is getting extremely vulnerable. What to do here? I like queen f4. Queen f4 looks very interesting. Put the rook on e1. If he takes, I just take back, no issues. I think I'm always slightly better here because of these ugly pawns. As soon as I have time, I'm going to play d3 and c4 and fix this pawn in stone here on c5. It's not the end of the game yet for him because, of course, his knight is not that uncomfortable, but it's normally better to be passive than... Or no, sorry, it's normally better to be active than passive. Is he going to install the rook on e4? He's doing that. Alright, let me play d3. I'm just going to get the c4 push. And he's going to try to liquidate all the rooks. I don't think that's going to solve all his problems, though. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing with that. With that one. Let's just get the king in. Oh, he's playing for c4. I should... Oh, that was silly of me. That was very silly of me. I mean, the good news, though, is the bird is so positionally sound. I can just walk my king straight into the center. I'm walking my king straight into the middle of the board, and there's nothing he can do about it. We're going to play king d4 next. C takes might have been even better. C takes might have been even better to hit the c6 pawn. Here, king d4, rook b4 is his idea, so I'll play king d2. Not going to allow rook b4. I still have a big positional advantage. Rook a1. Rook a1 looks nice. I could have completely taken, obviously, but I have these squares insulated on the e file. He can't really do anything yet. I have a very simple idea. I'm gonna play knight c3. He can get his knight to c5, but then I play rook a5. My rook is just powering down. I'm eventually gonna try to squeak my rook into a6. Yeah, here it's important not to allow d4 knight e4. So here, let's play g3 first. Or actually knight e2. Better to keep this knight out of all the squares. Rook a6 coming next. He's going to have to start adopting a very passive setup here in just a short while. Okay, that's what he does. We'll play g3. Let's play c3. I'm going to reroute my knight over to e5. Knight c5. Knight c5 looks a little annoying. I'll play rook a3 and then b4. That I don't know about that. Play b4 here. Very interesting position at the moment. Maybe I should play h4, but I need to be very careful about creating a weakness here. If he plays knight e6, then I play knight h3. This is... I love the bird. This is such an interesting, like, strategic position here. I think it's still very close to equal, but it looks so much more uncomfortable for him. Antonio Carlos Jobim might have sang his last song, if you know what I mean. Okay. h5, let me just play king e3. Just gonna try to improve my position bit by bit. King f4 might win a pawn. My rook is in fantastic territory at the moment, just keeping an eye on everything. Alright, now we get knight h3. This is what I was going for. Okay, king f3. If I could trade these off, that actually could be close to winning. That's a very bad move. You know, you keep the pressure on, and eventually a weaker player is just going to falter. This is a completely disastrous move. My rook is just going to go apple picking now. Oh, he goes for the check. I didn't realize he has a check. Oh, that was really silly of me. I could have just played knight f4 to secure this. Very silly decision on my part. I do think I am still much better, but this was much weaker than it had to be. What am I going to do here? Let me play this. I think I have a very interesting idea at the moment. Alright, I do think, honestly, I should be winning here. My pieces are just so much better. Yeah, let's play knight d3. I gotta hurry up. I can't be losing to this bossa nova singer. Throwing in a check. I have to hurry up. I just never managed my time in these situations. He could throw in a check. Is he gonna go for the draw? Don't go for the draw, go for the win, buddy. If he goes for the draw, I think I have to take the draw. I don't have anything better. Okay, rook g8. Completely wild position. Oh, he had 95, he had a fork. Alright. Very close game there, but the deed should be done. Is there a mate in one here? No, no mate in one. Alright, very, very messy game there. Alright, we're back for round number 7. Let's go. We're playing Yakov Ginzburg. Yeah. I just flex right there, boys. I can read Cyrillic. I can't speak Russian, but I can read it. That backwards R is the coolest thing. The coolest thing since sliced bread. Alright, knight c3. I guess I'll play d6 here because he might be playing e3 and h4. Better to hold off on g6 for the moment. Okay. Yeah, he is going for it, isn't he? I'm going to play knight c6. I want to get my pawn to e5. Let's go for it. Trades everything. I don't think the trading is going to really be a problem. The queen's come off the board. I'll play bishop e7 here. He castles. Ooh, knight b5 is going to be annoying. I have to play bishop d7 here. Fortunately for me, he just doesn't have any way to really tighten the screws here. If knight d5, I can just take. I'm going to play h6 next move, and he's going to have to start liquidating. Yeah. Got to keep my eyes out for Yakov Ginzburg. Big old Yakov Ginzburg. Okay, yeah, we gotta play h6. You better take, buddy. It's time to go. It's time to go, buddy. I should play this... I should play this like a Berlin. If I can, I'm gonna play king c8, bishop d8. And he doesn't really have anything to do then. I really hope... If he plays knight d5 immediately, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I hope... Please... Please, Yakov. Yakov. Alright, I can't... If he takes here, he gets so many good squares. Just put the pawn on f4. Oh, bishop g4. What am I doing? Yeah, this is so risky. Okay, fortunately I can play knight d4 and I'm somehow holding on, but that... I completely forgot that I was way behind in development. I was so focused on getting my Berlin Wall idea. I have to stop seeing these positions through rose-colored glasses. Can I play g4 here? Yeah, I like g4 actually. g4 asks him some serious questions. If he takes, I take back. I'm going to be able to play c5 at the proper time. My bishop is getting to a great score on e5. Here I play c5, knight f4, I play bishop g5, and I'm completely fine. Yeah, wow. I stumbled into a winning position. Look at that. Yakov is going to get tilted here, because knight f4, bishop g5, the whole idea is I'm about to win that pawn back, and when my rook drills in here, I'm gonna have enormous pressure. My king is going to be well placed. I think he's close to lost here, believe it or not. He needs to really quickly get his knight to d3 to try to build some type of defense. If he doesn't get his knight to d3, he's in a lot of trouble. So, okay, f3. Okay, put the rook on g8. This pawn is going to be weak here. Knight f4 still does not do anything. Bishop g5, and he is in the dragon's den. Knight f4 I could also maybe take first, because takes, then bishop g5 scoops up the piece. King c2 looks interesting. I'll take, throw the rook to g2. Alright, there. Bishop e5 now. I'm going to play rook g5 and just hassle this pawn off. Yeah, let's play rook g5. Eventually he's going to get his knight around, but that doesn't even matter. I'm gaining a pawn here. Yeah. Yeah, so Yakov is figuring out the proper idea, but rook g8? Yeah, this guy is still in a lot of trouble. Knight d3, king d6, he has nothing. What an insane game. It looked like I was really like beating back a serious initiative, and then all of a sudden I'm just winning out of nowhere. This would be a really appreciated win though. Yeah, I started okay on 2 out of 2, then lost 2 games. A really depressing game to Hikaru, and now we got 3. Looks like we're on track for 3 wins. Yeah, this pawn is going to be extremely weak here. g5. He has to play rook h1, but no one wants to play these types of positions. He has to play rook h1 to try to hold on, but then it means his knight is going to be tied there forever. Alright, he's doing that. I guess his idea here is my rook is cordoned off, but it doesn't matter that much. How am I going to get everything? How am I going to get everything moving here? Yeah, my rook is actually trapped for the moment. Should I play a6 and b5? Let's start by playing... I just need to figure out how to transfer this bishop, and if I could get the bishop into some of these squares, that would be fantastic. How am I going to do it? How am I going to do this? Let's start by playing rook g3. Just amp up the pressure bit by bit. King e6. I have ideas of d3 now. Well, no, that's just a huge blunder. Very, very big blunder on my opponent's part. Okay, we'll take. Drop the bishop back to g7. Still no tricks. Rook h4. Let's throw in a check. Throw in a check. Bishop f6. Bishop is coming around to g5. F3 is gonna be made. That's nuts. Okay, that's made. That's crazy. Yeah, very clean game. Extremely clean game. Nice. Alright, so we're at 5 out of 7. Going into round number 8. I'll see everyone for round number 8. Okay, playing Tuan Minh. This guy is pretty famous. Very, very strong player. I beat him several years ago in some pro league thing. Yeah, both at the time both of us were IMs, and now both of us are GMs. E4. Okay, we got the Staunton Gambit. Knight F6. Bishop G5. Knight C6. I don't remember that much theory here, but I remember that this is what happens. Yeah, knight e5, and then they can play queen d4, and you play knight f7 here. Takes... Which way do we take? I cannot remember this. I'm going to take this way. This is the simpler way. G takes is the more strategically aggressive way, but it's a bit risky. I'm not sure about that. I'm going to play f5 here. Just play queen f6 and try to trade the queens. I don't think I could ever be worse if we trade the queens. D6 here, this is completely fine. I have an e5 score for my knight. Bishop is going to come to h6. He'll have some compensation in the form of some weak light squares. He probably should trade the bishops. I should have thrown in bishop h6 first. Yeah, okay, that was a mistake on his part, because now after bishop h6, my king can always respond to bishop b5 with the harmonious king f8. Takes... Yeah, this is a wild position, isn't it? Can I take and play, This is a completely bananas position. I'm gonna take here. Knight takes e4, I'll play f5. Knight f6, I'm gonna bring my king over. Over and under. Knight c3, alright, let's put the bishop on, d7. I don't think I have any concerns here. My bishops are too active. I do have some positional disadvantages here, but I think my bishops are too active to have legitimate problems in this position. Castling queenside doesn't really do anything here. Yeah, maybe this might have been a mistake. I just have a weak pawn here. Alright, I think I have to take. Put the king on d7. Not the end of the world. I might be slightly worse, though. I need to quickly play rook g8 and try to get some counter pressure on this pawn. If g3, I have f4. Knight takes f5, I take on g2. I think things are just... things are drastically simplifying there, and I don't think I have anything really to worry about in that type of position. G3, f4, things get liquidated. I definitely take a draw against this guy. I think his rating is like 3,000. Yeah. Definitely not going to complain about drawing a 3,000 with black and a Staunton Gambit. G3, f4. G3, f4, and I'll just leave it there. Because if I take too soon, this might... Actually, no, my knight defends everything. Maybe his idea is G3, f4, rook f1, and then somehow or another my knight might be hanging, but I'm not really sure what the problem with that would be. Knight f5. Knight f5 could be interesting. Takes, okay, let's take with the bishop. Knight e6. Where should my bishop go? Bishops want to be off of open files. Bishop is best placed on h6. Just out of the way of everything. Alright, rook e8. I should park the rook on e7, shouldn't I? Well, I should, but rook e8, then knight d4. Knight d4 is going to be very annoying. How am I going to deal with this? I could play c6. Should I start with c6? c6, knight d4, then I play knight e5. No issues. Yeah, let's go for that. c6, knight d4, knight e5, no problems. He plays c4. I could even play b5. I need to just really work quickly to dislodge this knight, or at least open up more files for it. Let's play knight e5 here. Knight f5. Okay, here I have rook g6. This is what I had seen. Everything looks a little bit risky, but at the moment nothing is... He takes, and knight f8 doesn't fork then. I can take... Oh, he does that. Okay, I completely missed that. Alright, yeah, I blundered a pawn, guys. I think I'm just... Yeah, I'm getting mated. Wow, this is bananas. Just completely bananas. Oh, yeah, knight c... I'm losing. I'm losing. Alright, yeah, I'm throwing in the towel. I'm losing like 5 pieces here. That is a bananas position. I think I was fine up until a point. Wow, I was always... I gotta move things out of the way. I was always worse. That's crazy. That's so insane. I didn't think that I was worse here. So what happened here? Knight e6. Bishop h6 is a mistake, I guess. Do I have to do this? Yeah, that makes more sense, actually. Because look at this. Rook f1 here, and then I play rook f6, and this should not... No. So wait, what is the idea here? I just didn't like this. What is black's best move in this position? Give me a hint. Give me a hint, chess.com. What is the best move in this position? Is it c6 here? Rook a e8. Okay, rook a e8 now. And knight h4? I just didn't like these positions where the knight gets to f5. We play knight g5 here. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. I just trade off the good knight. Alright, so we are back for round number 9. Let's play f4. Playing, who is this? Kaustubh? Never heard of this guy. Kaustubh Kodhalli. That's cool. And do this, e3, knight c3, d3, and then we play queen e2. That's not supposed to be a good move. Yeah, e4, e5. This is not the right place to put the bishop. And yeah, I think it's the law here. As soon as I start the recording, my phone starts going off. That's just how it works. Okay, bishop e4. Yeah, so he just wasted a tempo here. Let's play a3. Take it. I dare ya. Alright, this... I love these positions. I could eat these positions for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You look at this pawn structure. It's so weird. Such a strange pawn structure, but both bishops are going to be very strong here. Park the knight on d4. Maybe he could play e5. Yeah, I should have been a little careful about that. I should have been more careful about that, definitely. But I think, even so, I should still be okay. There's these pawns. This is like a reversed Richter-Rosser, of all things. Let me know in the comments if you have any idea what I just said. It's a very strange set of words. He's gonna play knight e6. When he plays knight e6, I gotta be ready. I gotta be ready, not Richard ready. Plays knight e6. Okay, if I play queen f2, he plays knight g5. I play rook g3. No issues yet. Knight g5, rook g3. No problem still. Such an interesting position here. My position seems to be holding by a thread, but if I'm able to play h4, all of a sudden he's going to be the one that's stuck in the cabbage patch. He's stuck in the cabbage patch, and the gates are closing, and the gnomes are about to wake up. That reminds me, I'm thinking of some 80s horror movie in which they're gnomes, they're asleep in a garden or something, and like I don't know, something is happening. That's all I can say about the movie. Something happens in the movie. I hope that's helpful. Let's play knight f5 here. He could take. Yikes. Well, okay, if he takes, I take here. I love these bishops. These bishops are so good, and we just have this reverse Richter-Rosser structure. Yeah, let me take this pawn here. This was always the plan. He's going to be able to win a piece. He's going to be able to take this piece here. But I'm getting several pawns, though, at least. So I'm not sure how bad it is. Just going to try to play quickly. Check, and I'll take another pawn. That's a mistake. That has to be a mistake there. I play g5? Yeah, his knight is just tied down here. Let's play g5. Takes, and I'm going to play h4 and continue opening the board up. Board is really coming up, getting wide open here. Okay, actually, no, maybe I should take, though, because queen e7 is going to be very annoying. If I take, I have at least a draw. Yeah, let's just go for that. I think he's in enormous trouble here. I don't know what he's thinking about. He only has one move that doesn't lose. Someone needs to teach him when to use his time. You should not be using your time here. He has to just make this move. Alright, let's go back with the check. I think rook f4. Rook f4 looks like it ends the game. Let's go for it. Rook f4, rook g4. Game should be over. King is completely exposed here. Yeah, it was critical to do this before his queen gets back in time. My queen is in prime real estate, as they say. I'm thinking about going to Outback Steakhouse and having a bloomin' onion. A really delicious bloomin' onion. Yeah, my body gets this weird, very unique craving for the bloomin' onion. The bloomin' onion of Outback Steakhouse. Oh, what? Oh, dude, that's a very sneaky move. That is such a sneaky move. Kudos to that guy, honestly. That's like the best thing to do in that position, because it's very easy for me to just play king h2 there, and then he trades queens, and he's winning. Okay, we are here for round number 10, playing Akram Khoder from Lebanon. Lebanon, very cool country. Yeah, it's unfortunate what's happening with the war with Israel. I've always really wanted to go to Lebanon. Very, very interesting country. The people there speak French, Arabic, some English. Seems like a polygot's dream, really. Okay, we got this. This is the classic bishop g5 stuff. I'm surprised we didn't see more of this, honestly. Like the past few days that I've been playing Blitz, I have not seen this almost at all. Okay, bishop d3. I think the move is knight c6 here. He was supposed to be able to throw in bishop b5 first, from what I remember. Knight e2. Why not just play knight b4? I want to play knight b4 and win the get the bishop. Let me just play queen d7 though. I'm not sure about this knight e2 move. Alright. I'm gonna start transferring the knight around. This is the classic idea in these positions. Just put your knight on d6. Put your knight on d6 and you can never have problems once your knight gets to d6. Black's position pretty much looks more comfortable if you can get your knight to d6. Okay, here he wants to play knight f4. I'm gonna play g6 first, just so that if knight f4 I can play bishop f7 without blundering the pawn. Alright, what is that idea? What's the idea of that? I'll play... So knight c8... Yeah, I can play knight c8 here. h5, I'll play g5. Knight f4, we play bishop f7, h5, g5, or h5, sorry, g5, bishop f5. No, I'll just play rook g8. Everything is stable here. Is he going to play rook h7? Rook h7 actually looks a little cheesy. Rook h7 threatens knight d5. Rook h7 also threatens knight g6 and rook g6, bishop f5. g4. I always forget about these moves. Okay, here... Let me just put the knight on d6. Even if I get doubled pawns, I don't think it's that big a deal. I'm going to get my knight to e4. Once you get the knight to e4, you're generally doing pretty cheesy. Can I play c6 here? Knight g6 is no longer an issue because he can't take on f5. I'll play rook g7 eventually to dislodge this rook. There's no need to do it immediately. Okay, let me go this way as well. Takes. Oh, is he gonna No, he doesn't really have a tactic there. I was thinking maybe he could disconnect my queen from both of these squares in some way, but it's too costly material. He wants to put his knight on h4. I should trade this rook. I should play rook g7 while I can. How am I going to deal with knight h4? Takes knight h4. That looks a little uncomfortable. I think I could play bishop h6 though. I'm not sure how bad that position would be. Alright, here rook takes f6 is annoying, but I can attack this hanging knight. That looks like a really cool move. I think I have to do that. The idea is I found a way to trade off the rooks. If he takes on f6, I take on f3. This is the only hanging piece in the position, so I had to go for it. Alright, that's what he's doing. I'll take. I think I'm doing okay, though. He plays knight h4, I play f4. This is a wild position. Here, could I play f4 now? No, let's drill the knight into e4. Now is the perfect time to drill the knight into e4. If knight h4, now f4. Hits this knight, takes. Takes. I think queen h3. Yeah, it's a wild position. Maybe bishop h5. Yeah, let's play bishop h5 first. Knight h4, now f4. Now the roosters are coming home to roost. Takes, and queen h3, and the knight is just going to be dead here. This knight is in a ton of trouble. It's in double trouble. Guess he could play knight g6, but I think knight g6, there should be some problem with knight g6. That's a very loose square. Knight g6, I guess I could start with queen h2. Yeah, queen h2 actually would just win. Queen h2, he has to play queen c1. That's so precarious, but I'm not... Do I have a win there? I could also take and play queen h2, but then he plays queen c1, and again, I don't see anything immediate. Let's just play queen h2 right now. Has to play queen c1. This is wild. Like, how do I not have a win here? Queen c1, I guess I'll just take on f2. That should be winning. Yeah, his pieces are way too precarious. I'm making sure to not allow him to play f5 to seal this knight and start just strengthening the stability of a lot of these pieces here. Okay, so his idea is he was going to park the knight on f5. Just get the king over to b8. There's no point in king d7 here. Rook g7 eventually would happen. I'm going to play queen f3 soon enough. Like, this still looks very uncomfortable for him. Yeah, let's play queen f3 here. I'm just trying to push this bishop around. Bishop a6, that's his idea. I don't think that works though. I think rook d7. Rook d7, knight c6. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, what am I gonna do here? Actually, I need to really focus. Let's play knight d6. Covering this b7 pawn. Bishop b7, I think I could throw in a check there. I must have something there. Yeah, bishop e7, king b7. He doesn't have any serious discovered checks there. He could take on d5. He has no discovered checks here. Takes on d5, I play king c8. He's running out of checks. Or actually, king b8 is... No, king c8. Yeah, king c8. Rook c7, then just king b8. Takes there. Let's play bishop g6. If takes, then I play queen d3. Okay, let's put the bishop on f5. Knight is still dominated here. Still extremely uncomfortable for him. Rook f8. I think knight is trapped. This is bananas. Completely bananas. Yeah, I think I'm completely winning here, though. This bishop is just such a diamond. Just dominates the whole board. Alright, we're on 7 out of 10. Alright, here we are. We're playing Zhigalko. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did to deserve, like, 3 or 4 blacks in a row. But, yeah, we're playing Zhigalko with black. Okay, let's play e4, c5. You know, I bet he's going to play an Alapin. Oh. Oh, I hate the Alpin so much. Evidently, I don't hate the Alpin enough to study it, but I hate it so much. It's such an annoying system. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna play knight c6. Yeah, how does this work? Let's take. Let's take again. Bishop e7. Queen e2. Yeah, I'm supposed to do something against this, but I never remember what to do. His idea is bishop d3, queen e4. This is gonna get quite uncomfortable. Let me put the queen on b6. Bishop d3, queen e4 is super annoying. I need to be very careful about my position already. I'm thinking I might even castle queenside, honestly. Okay, he's doing that, but I should be okay here. Maybe I'm not okay. Yeah, this position looks terrible. This is a terrible way to go out. I was just on the come up. I was just on that comeback trail, and okay, I guess I could play d4, and I'm just down a pawn. I guess I'm just down a pawn, and I'm hitting the knight. Yeah, this is not a good game. I desperately need to look into what to do against the Alpin. The Alpin is so frustrating. I had a really terrible game against this guy another time where he played bishop d3, queen e4, so he got me very anxious, and I just played queen b6 here. That also evidently was not good. I hate the Alpin so much. Oh, it's such a frustrating system. I need to stop complaining about the Alpin and actually study it, because it's just such a frustrating system. Okay, let's this is just a terrible position for me. I'll just castle here, but he's gonna play e6. I'm much worse. I'm much worse here. Okay, bishop d2. Let's put the queen on b6. And transfer the queen over to g6. Bishop e3, queen g6. I have some control of the light squares. This isn't that bad. It should be much worse, of course, but I think he messed up, honestly. I think he should have played e6 before, when he could. Like, now I actually have some drawing chances here. This is not nearly as bad as it was like a move ago. Let's play rook c8. I'm happy to trade. We trade everything. The endgame should be a draw. Opposite colored bishops. I hate the Alpin so much. Like if I had a party and I was inviting all the openings to the party, I would make an effort to never invite the Alpin. The Alpin can stay home. The Alpin is not welcome here. Let's just play a6. You know, in a weird way, playing these positions that are like worse but super drawish, it's sort of easier to play the worst side because, you know, you just let your opponent try to figure out what to do. Yeah, I'm just waiting here. I'm waiting. Okay, let me just put the pawn on h6. Just continuing to make normal moves. I might park the bishop on, let's park the bishop on a4. Let's see what he does. Let's see how he handles that. Okay, there. The rook on d8. I guess he could play e6. Yeah, I should be a bit careful about e6. I should have been more careful about e6. I should have put a bishop there. I don't think this is that bad, though. If he takes with the knight, I'm going to play bishop b5. Right? Yeah, just start poking his queen around. This is getting wild. Okay, there. Wants to play knight c7. Let's put the. Can we put the rook on d7? I gotta stay very focused. Like I just got relaxed. I got relaxed from that I think maybe I should play rook c8. Yeah. I'm definitely going to be much worse here because my diagonals are so weak, but oh, he takes and plays bishop d4. This is looking disastrous. I guess I'll play knight e7. Bishop g7, I have bishop c4. And yeah, so knight g7, I'm playing knight c6 here. That was my idea. Hitting this. Do I have anything here or not? Bishop c4? He could trade. Well, okay, now his knight is trapped. His knight, this is not a simple position now. Let's throw in the check. Definitely gonna throw in the check here. Let's play king h7. Queen f4. Okay, yeah, he's trying to get out. He's trying to wiggle out. Let me play. Ooh, cannot play king g6. Queen g6 here. He's gonna have to trade the queens. I guess. Ah, no, he could play knight f5. Yeah. Oh, I messed that up. I'd be messing this up. Doobie doobie doo. Okay, let's put the queen on g5. I think queen d4 ends the game though. Queen d4 definitely. Alright, here. Somehow or another, this is still holding on. Still holding on for dear life. Let's put the knight on e6. Oh, g4. Yeah, this is over. Yeah, I have literally nothing here. Play knight g5. He just takes the queen, though. He takes the queen and it's over. Alright, I'm resigning here. I'm down a piece. So that is the show. Yeah, very sorry. Apologies. Apologies for not giving a better fight against Hikaru and this guy Zhigalko. Like, really, I do want to bring you guys the best content. Unfortunately, though, just with my schedule, I'm so busy with everything. So, like, I'm happy to record these things, but just understand, guys, I'm coming in with, like, 40% of my normal energy. And so, like, it could either be no content and I am able to play better and study more, or it could be me doing content and me playing at this much weaker, much less energetic level. Suffice it to say, thank you so much if you watched the end of the video. It's an enormous support to this channel. I will be back tomorrow. I think I'm going to publish a speedrun tomorrow on Wednesday. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. Take care. Bye-bye then.